Hello, my name is Al Abbas Khalil, also known as Cats for Hats. I'm from Lebanon and I did the programming for the game Noor.
Marhaba, my name is Mluchi El Fil, and I am a 26-year-old illustrator living in Beirut, Lebanon, and I did the artwork for the game Noor.
Thank you so much for playing our game and also now for watching us talk about our game.
So we used the theme, which was good times and bad times in our game, by making the gameplay based on an activity which the characters finds as a good time, which is drawing, and she is navigating these inner demons, which is the bad time. The main concept of the game is controlling Noor in her studio, in her space, and using art, illustration, or drawing as a tool to deal with negative feelings and dark thoughts.
Noor is seeking peace of mind in the pursuit of happiness.
So Noor is an illustrator and she finds art as a way to heal, as a way to recover, as a way to find positivity in her life. Personally, my inspirations for the art are video games that I like Undertale, which is such a very cute but wholesome game that uses simple pixel art, and that's why we used pixel art in such a way. And I wanted the colors to be not too distracting, very pleasant, but diverse. For the story, I took inspiration from myself because I like to draw and we face difficulties in our lives, but I like to use art as my medium to express myself, and that's why I wanted her to express herself that way as well. For the sound, we just wanted a fun, action packed game, and that's why we used that kind of like active kind of music.
The core gameplay is painting. In the tutorial, you learn that you have three abilities. You can paint grass to walk on, paint water to drown ground enemies, paint fire to burn flying enemies. You can also burn ground enemies, but you can't drown flying ones. These enemies are manifestations of bad thoughts. Once you get rid of them and reach your goal, the level and a small part of you gets its color back. However, as you dive deeper into your mind, you face resistance. No one has a complete grip on their subconscious. We all overthink, and that's what the glitch is. Overthinking wreaks havoc all over your memories and starts placing random pieces of paints all over your canvas. Still, Noor pushes through. Soon you can only paint one fire. Later you lose that ability altogether and you have to rely on the environment. Finally, you have to navigate through the dark parts of your mind, collect good thoughts to guide your way to finding the vermin hiding within. Along your journey into your mind, you'll get chances to step back for a little while and enjoy the little things, such as eating a sandwich, petting a cat. These activities are good things, so you get a bonus life for each. When you finally reach the vermin hiding inside your mind, it's time to extract that bastard. You come back to your room, the music is now uplifting, color has returned to your life, and you deserve to watch a good movie. Or you could have procrastinated before the boss fight and watched a movie anyway.
We had many ideas for mini games or parts of the games that we wanted to include, like her making a sandwich or her playing a video game in the game on her Nintendo Switch or video game console, or her petting her cat, or her drawing something and like hanging it up. There were many ideas that we had thought of, but due to time constraints and availability issues and general procrastination, we were not able to reach those. We were not able to implement those in the game.
The most difficult challenge for myself was trying to find an idea for a gameplay that's fun and fits the theme. When Bad Times and Good Times was announced, a lot of people thought it was extremely easy. I thought then and still think now that the opposite was true. Personally, it was the most difficult game jam theme I've ever been a part of. Sure, you can come up with a story that fits the theme, that's easy enough. But the theme doesn't give much direction on what the actual gameplay should be. I wanted the gameplay to reflect the theme as well, and not just staple any gameplay to a good story. Most of the game was coded in the last 48 hours, as previous prototypes either weren't fun or didn't fit the theme. So if I talk about the features that didn't make the cut, we'll be here all day. Instead, I'll just mention the boss fight. Originally, I had planned, after finally reaching the vermin in the darkest parts of your mind, you now had to drag it all the way out. So there would be an epic battle as you backtrack through all the previous levels played while fighting this monster along the way, until finally it reaches the surface light and explodes. However, the boss fight was added in the final hours of the jam, so I decided to make it an easy fight where you use fire in the level to kill him. I thought that the lava/firework feedback from hitting the boss with fire would be enough. I thought wrong. I would say that half the people that play the game tried to get the stars in the four corners of the screen. I didn't even test if they could be collected. Turns out it's possible to collect 3 of them. Originally, the stars were going to play a part in the boss fight. That didn't happen, so I opted to use them as aesthetics instead, which was a big mistake. In the levels leading up to the fight, players had to both use the fire in the environment to beat the enemies and collect stars to illuminate the path. 2 different ideas. Because of that, players split into 2 groups during the fight. Group 1 used fire, Group 2 collected the stars. It also didn't help that I didn't have enough time to add a health bar to the boss. I believe that would have solved the problem, but it would have been best not to have the stars there at all. Important lesson learned: don't use game mechanics as aesthetics. But even with that, I'm happy with how the game turned out. I'm also glad that I worked with Nukhia. It was our first time meeting and working together, all online, just like the jam. And thank you to all the organizers for making such an amazing jam. Thank you to the judges again for playing our game and for listening to me rambling still. And I guess thanks for anybody that played our game, rated our game, and all that. Thanks, and bye-bye. By the way, there was someone who played the game and asked me, why is the TV farting at me? The TV isn't farting at you. Noor is just watching an extremely awesome action movie, and it's so awesome that the explosions are just coming out of the TV. So if anybody else or if the judges thought that the TV was farting, it's not. It's just a really awesome action movie.